Welcome to Gaming Top Down. Today we're going to be looking at Dracula versus Van Helsing. This is a game from 25th Century Games where one player plays as Dracula and one is Van Helsing, with two competing objectives to either take over the city and turn all of the people into vampires or to defeat Dracula, I believe. Haven't read the rulebook yet, but today we're going to be unboxing and looking at the components. So let's go down to the table and I'll show you what's inside this box. Okay, this box is pretty small, so I'm ultra zoomed in, but you can see it was designed by Maxime Rambourg and Theo Riviere with artwork by Weaverson Santiago. Very, very cool artwork on this game. Here's the back of the box. It shows kind of the main board and some of the tiles that kind of act as the kind of like cards in this game, where there's different suits and they will have different values depending on the round. It's a 1 versus 1 game, so only for 2 players, plays in about 30 minutes for ages 10 plus. So let's open it up, see what's inside. All right, first up is the bright red rulebook. Dracula versus Van Helsing. The goal of the game, each player has a different role. Van Helsing wins if he manages to kill Dracula by removing all his health points. Dracula wins the game by either turning all 4 inhabitants of the same district into vampires or by surviving until the end of the game. Here's the components, how to set up, gameplay, end of the round, end of the game, card effects, and some more examples, and that's it. Pretty small rulebook there. Got 2 sets of punch outs. Got Dracula's hit points, the different what would you call them, civilians that live in the town, and then I believe these are the 4 suits in the game. The pieces are pretty standard, looks like 2 millimeters in my opinion or estimation, but they feel great. They're thin, but they'll work. Okay, this is a little sideboard that will be used for determining which suit is the trump suit for the round. There's this little cardboard spacer to help with keeping everything in place when you close the box. Here is the main board, very small. It's a little hard to even display to you how small it is. Let me go back to normal zoom here. So this board is probably like 8 inches across, maybe only 6. Yeah, somewhere in there. This way it's probably 10. So a pretty small board here with the different districts, and these civilians will be on these different buildings, and Dracula's trying to turn them into vampires. And if he does that to all of the civilians in the same district, he wins. So that is kind of how that will be set up. And these, I believe, are the suits of the tokens in the game. And I think they're kind of randomly put over here in this hierarchy, so you can see which card would be more valuable for the round. All right, back in the box, there are, let's take that spacer out. There are 2 of these stands. Oh, cool, and they have a little printing on them. Dracula versus Van Helsing printed right there. Very cool touch. We'll put some of those in there in a moment. So there's 1 of those for each player. So you'll sit across from your opponent, kind of like this. And then the last thing remaining in here are, let's see, well, there's 2 things, I guess. There is 1 wooden meeple. And it looks like a boat of some sort. Whoops. Yeah, just a little boat. And then there are these tokens, and there's not many. in the game, but they go in this kind of coffin section there. And these act as the cards, kind of, if you were to relate this to a trick-taking game, these are those cards. I'm trying to be careful with them so I don't ding any of the corners, because that would be a bummer to be able to tell what one of the cards are. So let me see. Okay, so here are some tokens. They are, like I mentioned, in different suits, so that's 1 to 8 in this purple suit. And I'll kind of show you the artwork on those. I'm guessing, whoops, skipped 4, that it's a pretty similar artwork on the 4 suits, but maybe not. I think the back of them is all that Dracula picture. Okay, here's the yellow suit. Okay, and if I can get these off, there should be the last 2 suits in here. Very gently. All right, come on, thing. Yeah, tried to be gentle, and there we go. Okay, some of those are maybe out of order, but that's okay. All right, there's red and blue left. So the different values have different effects. I haven't read the rule book, so I don't know what all of them are yet. But basically, you will have some of these on your tray facing you, kind of like this. And then by playing some of them for their effect, in fact, I feel like that's backwards. You probably want it like this, I would imagine. Let me see, if I put one that way over here, can I tell what it is? No. Yeah, so it's probably like that. Which is kind of weird because then that printed logo is here on the opposite side, but that's okay. So I've got my pieces here, and then based on what ones I play, I'm trying to get ones of stronger suits to win the different regions, and we're going to be comparing them across. And there might be some that let me take a peek at the other players, at one of theirs, to know what they've got. Or will let me switch. I think this 8 is the strongest one. It does something with this boat token. Anyways, I, again, haven't read the rule book yet, but that is how the game is played. All right, well, that is everything in the box when you get Dracula versus Van Helsing. Let me know in the comments if you've played this one. I'm excited to try it out. I really like smart and simple 2-player games, and this one seems to be right up that alley. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching this video. As most of you know, gaming top-down is an independent endeavor. I don't accept money from publishers for previews or opinion-related content. But there are a few ways that you can support the channel and help me keep the lights on. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel helps me to grow. If you're thinking of getting a game that I covered in this video, please click the affiliate link in the description of this video. It helps to support me and doesn't add any cost to your purchase. I also do a weekly gaming podcast where I talk about the board games that I'm playing along with my brother. You can check that out on Apple's podcasts and on Spotify. And you can also get that podcast 3 days early over on our Patreon. You can follow the Patreon at patreon.com/supergamebrothers completely for free. But if you do support us over there, you get some extra perks, like being able to write into the show, getting early access to the show, voting on the games that I'm going to cover and review, and lots of other fun stuff. Thanks so much for your support, for liking and commenting on my videos. You really are what helped keep the lights on for me. Thank you. Thank you.